Support for WCBU's On Deck comes from Jaguar Land Rover Peoria on Allen Road. Special offers available on nearly every new Jaguar with personalized service throughout purchasing and ownership. Jaguar, a proud luxury and performance brand. More at jaguarlandroverpeoria.com.
Reported STI infections are climbing in rural areas, but that may be a sign of increased sexual health awareness. That's just one of the things you want to hear about to start your day for Thursday, August 8th. I'm Colin Chope, and this is WCBU's On Deck. First on deck today, the city of Pekin has a logo, but it doesn't have a flag. The city's beautification committee wants to change that. WCBU's Tim Shelley has more.
Jacob Brisbane chairs the beautification committee. He says the Pekin Bicentennial celebration is good timing.
Since we don't have an official city flag, we thought now is a great time to sort of adopt an awesome symbol that people can rally around, and also something that people will be proud to display around our town to make Pekin more beautiful.
The Beautification Committee is taking flag design submissions from the public through August 15th. Judges will narrow down the submissions, and the finalists will be put to a public vote during the Marigold Festival in September.
We want this to be a positive symbol that people can be proud of and really present to the public something that symbolizes our future and really showcases what a quality community that we have here.
Brisbane says the city's flag contest was inspired by the one held in Peoria County a couple of years ago. The winning flag will be unveiled in October. For WCBU, I'm Tim Shelley.
Here are some other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. Morton is the latest Central Illinois municipality to ban sleeping outdoors on public property after unanimously passing a new ordinance this week. And Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen says he's excited about Kamala Harris's pick of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be her running mate in the presidential race. Plus, a portion of Cedar Hills Drive will be closed today for road work. The Peoria County Highway Department is patching and repairing pavement on the road between North Wayne Road and Illinois Route 29. The work is expected to last from 9 in the morning to about 2 in the afternoon. You can find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. Tazewell County diagnoses 10 new sexually transmitted infections a week on average. That's according to the Illinois Department of Public Health. Reports from the Tazewell County Health Department, currently updated through 2022, offer deeper context into the statistic. A majority of those 10 diagnoses will be for someone between the age of 15 and 24. In fact, the health department even lists being young as a risk factor on their website.
I think especially in more rural communities, they aren't exposed to it as frequently because there aren't as many people around to talk to, and then they don't have the motivation to go out and research it and find that information for themselves.
That's Ella Dancy, a health education specialist at Peoria's Holt Center for Healthy Living. As an educator on sexual health who works by request in area public schools, she knows firsthand how the information that teens seek out can go wrong.
I would say probably at least 50% of any sixth graders classes that I talk to don't know that pregnancy doesn't happen literally in the stomach where the food goes. Half the kids. One of the first programs I taught, a kid asked me, if a woman is pregnant and eats broccoli, will the broccoli hit the baby in the head? Since
2019, major news outlets have tracked growing instances of STIs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis in rural areas. Data provided by the Tazewell County Health Department shows similar trends. Communication and health specialist J.D. Rauchi says the health department is taking steps to fight the climbing numbers.
We offer STD testing. We also offer HPV vaccinations, and those can be billed through insurance, or we also have cash prices for those as well. So those are just a couple of the things we do at the health department.
However, officials with the health department warn against jumping to conclusions. Epidemiologist Megan Hanley says rising numbers don't necessarily mean that young people are engaging engaging in more risky sexual behavior. It could also mean that more people are getting tested, which she says is actually a good thing. As educator Ella Dancy points out, more information about who's getting tested could provide more clarity about the real trends. For example, is it their first time testing, and are they asymptomatic? Getting to the point where numbers stabilize and even begin to drop is where organizations like Central Illinois Friends and their mobile testing sites come in. Selena Pappas is CI Friends' public relations and marketing coordinator. While more offerings at health departments can help, there can still be some barriers.
I might not feel comfortable going to the health department in my town of 4,000 because maybe my aunt or my cousin or my brother or any other person that I might know in my personal life works there, and I walk in and say, I need to get tested for syphilis. Well, now Aunt Becky knows that I might have syphilis.
CI Friends looks to provide a solution to this problem with their mobile testing site. The fully outfitted bus travels the greater Peoria area, attending health fairs, public events, and setting up outside of health departments and other government buildings.
And that can range anywhere from like 2 to 3 people to, I know we've been at events where we've tested as many as like 15 to 20 in a day.
Selena Pappas and Ella Dancy both say that addressing this issue starts with chipping away at the problem of stigma. Dancy says when somebody carries that fear of judgment or questions about their sexuality, they're far less likely to get regularly tested, until an infection becomes a serious medical emergency for themselves or others they've passed it on to. Dancy thinks there's been some progress on lessening that fear. She has some students who are already well equipped with information from parents.
That's not to say that it's not still a huge issue. It definitely is. The majority of people, I think, are very uncomfortable discussing the topic. When I tell people what my job is, I get a lot of wide eyes. But I do think that in general, things are improving.
And Pappas thinks other factors, like the increasing prevalence of the medicine PrEP as a preventative for contracting and transmitting HIV, are also building towards improvement. Ultimately, she says, knowledge is power, and Pappas recommends testing early and often to keep yourself and your community safe. Now, before we let you go, today is a regular meeting of the Peoria County Board. Those meetings start at 6 p.m. at the County Courthouse in Peoria. The County Boardroom is on the 4th floor of the courthouse. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on the NPR app, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube Music.